We have Shahzad Hashim. He's the Chief Product Officer from blueBriX, and is going to be talking about the development of an oral medical device. So, um,
Thank you, Alfred.
Shahzad, welcome and take it away.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, being an online session. So, I'm going to be talking about a journey of one of our clients, Vivos, who was one of the first developers of an OSA appliance, and how they brought our technology and their workflows together to manage the delivery of their services. First off, about me, 17 plus years. Almost third company that I founded. I think that's enough. And then about our company, as you can see on the screen, we have been 15 years in healthcare. We've had developments and implementations in over three continents. And we are looking at ourselves as a platform in healthcare, which is focused on value based healthcare. Coming to Vivos, right? Vivos is an organization which actually built the first ever FDA approved oral device. One of the challenges that they were facing was once the device was actually created, they had to get into the ecosystem of sleep study in order to make sure that they can really sell this device. And one thing was to get into the dental offices, the other thing was to get with manufacturer referrals and actually bring all of this into one ecosystem, but seamlessly managing communications, managing data security, etc. And that's a story that I'm actually going to be talking about today. So, one important thing when you look at the challenge that Vivos was facing was about once they have a patient who is ready to go about instead of taking a CPAP and OSA route, how do they engage them in the real sense, right? How do they make sure that they're able to get the data? How do they schedule appointments with the dental office? How is the device delivered? And what we did over there was to really put together, as you can see on the screen, certain specific strategies of scheduling, AI driven triages, telemedicine, etc., to bring the patient as a real stakeholder in their care. And at the end, I'll be actually going into a workflow of the solution, so you'll actually be able to connect all of this. The second challenge was to empower the dental organizations who were the actual decision makers to actually talk to these patients when they came for dental visits about their sleep apnea and actually prescribe these devices to the patients. One huge challenge that Vivos faced was that because this was new technology, they had a huge issue about the dental office getting reimbursed. So the strategy that, or the go-to-market strategy that Vivos actually took up was to make sure that if their dental network actually had a patient, they would take care of the revenue cycle management. They would take care of making sure the patient is eligible. They would take care of making sure that the patient's claims are filed, etc., so that the dental office does not have to bother about that. So this story is really about how the device was bought into a healthcare delivery ecosystem and how Vivos was able to implement that by providing auxiliary services in unifying the whole ecosystem, right? So here we provide the solution of actually connecting the devices, actually having different EHRs connected, actually having technology tools to help the therapist, the dental office, the patient, and everybody be on the same page, the same paragraph. The next challenge that Vivos had was, they had multiple devices and they had to have an integration, but they also had to have a data representation for the patient, for the caregiver, and for the referral entity, which can be a doctor or anybody else, to actually have a data representation that really made sense. And to be able to integrate more than one devices and bring all of that data into one view. And that's where, our reporting, our integration engines, and the ability of having a scalable cloud infrastructure was brought into picture in order to actually achieve that. The next challenge that the organization had was to be able to actually expand this to their channel partners. By channel partners, what I mean is referral entities who might have referrals for OSA therapy where CPAP was not working or CPAP was too costly. They had to have a way